Welcome to the BetMoorSports Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And if you don't know now, you know it is week 10 in the NFL. It's all sorts of greatness going on. If you don't know now, you know. The NBA is kicking. Baseball is over. Hockey is kicking. Them sports betting numbers is crazy right now, right?
College basketball, college football.
Damn, I thought
a lot going on.
I thought I named a lot.
You ain't even named a half of it.
Exactly.
A lot going on, man.
So make sure y'all check out BetMoorSports.com for all your handicapping needs. If you need some help, we got the Guru, we got the Swami. Hell, you even got me. So check us out, BetMoorSports.com. Hit us up on Facebook, all the social media platforms. With that said, let's get into some news. NBA. Kyrie was suspended. Kyrie suspended for what the media is considering to be anti-Semitic, whatever it's called, remarks, when he pretty much shared a video called Hebrews to Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the franchise is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? They suspended him from the team. They gave him 6 things he need to do in order to get back with the team. He's on the last year of his contract. Guru, what's your thoughts?
It's a lot, man. It's a lot that they asking a man to do for basically sharing something that he didn't write, sharing something that he didn't produce, sharing something that he didn't star in. Basically, Kyrie is on I guess you can call it an awakening campaign where he's trying to become more and more conscious of his culture. Right. So he saw something that was on, Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
Saw something that was on Amazon, I guess, that he felt like was appealing to him. He wanted to share it with his fan base, which I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know, his fan base, the majority of them looks like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the problem is people don't want you to wake up the people that look like you.
That's the key right there.
You know what I mean? And my thing was, if they were smart as they appeared to be at times, they wouldn't have pushed the issue so far. Because now, by pushing the issue so far, you make people who weren't even following the story be like, hey, let me see what the big deal is about.
Yep.
So you got the people that Kyrie was trying to get to watch the documentary. Now you got people who won't even think like me. I didn't know nothing about the shit, to be honest. I wasn't following the story. I just kept seeing that the demands for him to get back in the league, and Nike suspended him, and it was just so much backlash that it made me say, hold on, what the hell is the big deal?
Yeah, they trying to do him dirty, man. They really trying. Especially, it's weird that they are going this far for him just sharing a video,
Right.
as if he don't have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if in his opinion, you know, it ain't like he actually said anything.
Right.
He just shared a video that somebody felt like they didn't agree with.
Right.
And so in return, they said, well, he shared it, so he a part of the problem.
Exactly. And I think that part of the problem is the fact that when they interviewed him, I guess he didn't say the right things. If you don't automatically be overly apologetic or act as if you are, I guess they said the man was dehumanizing people, and I didn't get that part personally. I just thought the man shared something that he thought was interesting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just like him sharing something that the Minister Farrakhan said. You're going to get the same results because you Kyrie Irving, you playing basketball, and you're not supposed to do that. It kind of put me in the mindset of when they said, shut up and dribble to LeBron.
Yep.
And it's strange. Well, it's not strange that LeBron, the first thing he came out and said was some shit that put his foot in his mouth while Kyrie shouldn't have did this or he shouldn't have did that. But the same people that told you to shut up and dribble is basically doing the same thing with Kyrie, as if because you play basketball, you can't have an opinion on nothing outside of basketball.
And that is the problem. LeBron, actually, he came out and said, I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized and he should be able to play. Then he said, that's what I think. It's that simple. Help him learn, but he should be playing. What he's asked to do to get back on the floor, I think is excessive, in my opinion. He's not the person that he's being portrayed to be. Anyways, back to my rehab session. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, number one, that's going to create another conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And in a way, I feel like Kyrie needed that. Because in a way, it's a form of support without LeBron actually saying Kyrie didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, if it's anybody that can support him, it's LeBron, because they ain't finna do all that with him.
Right, exactly. It's crazy, man. So the 6 things that they want Kyrie to do is simply apologize, which he did. $500,000, a $500,000 donation to an anti-hate cause.
He did that right already.
Yep, he did that, which I don't understand why you paying $500,000 because you shared the video. You literally shared you didn't even share the video. You shared the title of the video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got caught for $500,000. You also got to take sensitivity training and anti-Semitic training. Meet the ADL Jewish leaders, and then meet with the owner of Brooklyn to show he understand what he did wrong.
Right.
That's bullshit, in my opinion.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they trying to make an example, but they doing it the wrong way on the wrong person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye, to a degree, I don't even feel like Kanye should have took in as much as he took in, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie was kind of doing what Kanye did, and
right.
That's not backing down. The problem is Kyrie is intelligent. I'm not saying Kanye not, but Kyrie is intelligent to a point that he formulates his words to where he don't have to say the words "I'm sorry"
right.
to demonstrate he was wrong.
I think both of the brothers are very articulate, right? I think Kanye thing was he was on drink champs and he was drunk.
Yeah.
It's just like if you come on the BetMoorSports Podcast and we drinking, man, you might say some shit that don't come out right.
Yeah.
You know, but I think even in Kanye's situation, they kind of chopped and screwed the interview where they didn't show you everything that was being said. Mm-hmm. You know, Kanye even brought out one of his Jewish friends on the show and said that I love him. You know, this is one of my good friends, et cetera, et cetera. They embraced, and a whole lot transpired that they don't talk about. So it's a bunch of...
It's crazy, man. Then Nike suspended their relationship with Kyrie, too.
Yeah, see, they suspended it. Now they're saying that they don't think that they're going to sever the ties with him ever because I guess he's not as apologetic as they feel like he should be.
Right, which I still don't understand that either. Like, why do I have to be as apologetic as you think I should be? You know what I'm saying? Like, your apologetic is different from my apologetic.
Right.
You know, we from 2 different backgrounds, 2 different eras, 2 different whatever. We're different. So for you to feel like I should do what you feel like I should do, that's the problem.
And then they act like the man came out there and said he hate a certain, right. You know what I mean? Like a certain class or a certain ethnicity or I didn't get none of that.
He didn't say nothing. He just shared the video or shared the title of a movie that, in my opinion, is educational, especially for black people. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Conspiracy theorist is on fire right now. I can tell you that for sure. All right, next up, we got UFC this weekend. We got Israel Adesanya. He's fighting the dude that knocked him out. Dude knocked him out. He beat him twice. The only 2 losses he took or the 3rd loss he took in his career, but one time the dude knocked him out clean. and none of it was in UFC. It was all kickboxing. So of course it's a different background. And Adesanya, he know his ish now. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good fight to watch. He was on ESPN today. He looked kind of nervous, but in the same instance, you kind of know he just on that platform. So that's definitely something to look out for. You also got a couple of undercards on that fight that is substantial, like Wei Lee. She's fighting for the belt again. Like it's like her third fight against the third different fighter for the same belt, but you know, it is what it is there. Let's talk versus. Sean Kemp, Charles Barkley. Who would you prefer, Guru?
Give me Charles Barkley.
Why?
Why Sean Kemp? Like Charles Barkley was a dominating force in the NBA when he played basketball. I mean,
you don't think Sean Kemp was?
Sean Kemp was okay. And and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Rain Man fan. Like I'm a big Sean Kemp fan. I love Sean Kemp. You know, I'm in the era of Sean Kemp. I love playing with him on video games back in the day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was one of my NBA Live guys, man. You know, 2K, when 2K first came out and things of that nature. You know, I was a big Sean Kemp fan, man. Gary Payton throw the lob, but Sean Kemp's skill set was nowhere in comparison to Charles Barkley. Like, Charles Barkley was 6'4" and played like he was 6'10".
He was careful.
Well, yeah, but a lot better.
Yeah, way better. All right, let's talk some NFL, man. The Washington Commanders is in deep shit. They is getting sued by the district attorney or the common whoever. The state is suing the shit out of them. Pretty much saying that the NFL and the Commanders withheld information. They also stated that it'll be made public, and it hasn't. So I don't know if that's going to drive the price of the Commanders down. You got Z and Jeff Bezos. Jay-Z a smart brother because he when they got one of the richest people in the world that has back. So, but they actually could be spending up to about $7 billion on the Commanders. Now, Guru, you're a G-Men fan, but from a business standpoint, you think that's a good deal?
Yeah, if you can buy an NFL franchise, damn right, it's a good deal.
That's longevity because NFL not going nowhere.
Nah, not at all.
The Colts, they hired Jeff Saturday. They fired their coach and hired Jeff Saturday, a person who has never coached on this level or college level whatsoever. He was a high school coach for 3 years.
He coached the flag team at the YMCA.
Bruh. I don't know what's going on. All I know is the expectations can't be but so high.
I like Indianapolis against the Las Vegas Raiders and Jeff Saturday debut, man. Look, take everything you can big bond steal and put on Jeff Saturday in his debut against the Las Vegas Raiders because I like what Jeff Saturday said, though. You know, he kind of said that I've been around Hall of Famers. I've been to the Pro Bowl several times. You know, Hall of Famers goddamn self. I done been to Super Bowls. I done played the game at the highest level. I done been around the best of the best coaches, players, GMs, executives. I think I know what it takes to win. Right. No, I don't have the experience, but sometimes it's not about that.
Right.
Because, for one, Jeff Saturday played one of the most important positions on the football field. The center, don't nothing go without the center.
Right.
You know what I mean? The game on offense starts with the center. You know what I mean? So he calling out all the protections. I think the man knows enough football and he follows enough football. Do I think he is a coach or qualified to coach a football team? We won't know until he go out there and succeed or fail. But he can't do no worse than a lot of some of the other coaches that got their first head coaching job. You know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. I'm behind him, man. I hope he do well. I don't think it was the best hire But I think the owner say, shit, I'm gonna hire somebody I know that's gonna come in here and compete. You know, he was the owner when Jeff played for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
So he say, shit, I know somebody who'll come in here at least fire these people up.
Listen, Irsay say, look, man, we got to get rid of Frank Wright. Jeff, you want to do it?
Jeff, what you doing Sunday?
Just say, yeah, I do it.
Hey, look, let me call ESPN and see if we get you off the ESPN, man.
Right.
What you got going on Sunday, man? We got a game against Vegas.
Yeah, this is a great starter game. Start it out, see what you feel, see how you feel about it.
Jeff said, I wonder what that conversation was like. Jeff said it's probably said, would you want me to come to the game and get the guys a pep talk? No, I want you to be the head coach. What? Ryan ain't never been a coach of the kickoff team. He then went straight from ESPN to NFL head coach with no interview.
Listen, ain't even gonna lie. When I heard that, like, it came across my phone, Jeff Saturday, the interim coach for the Colts, I had to look him up to make sure it was the same person.
When I first seen it, I seen it on social media, so I thought it was a joke. I had to go to the Google myself and Google Jeff Saturday and make sure he really had a head coaching job. And then I seen the people talking about it. I couldn't believe it. I seen my man Plexico Burrs say he ready to be a head coach now. Shit, fuck it. If we ain't got to have no, we don't need no resume for the job, might as well throw my name in the hat.
Hey, but when you think about it, right? When you think about it and just a little bit, this is the new American way. Because Donald Trump had zero experience and became president. You know what I'm saying? And he was he beat Hillary, who been in office 6% of her life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, golly, that's the new wave now, huh?
Yeah, so look, Jay-Z, Jeff Bezos, if y'all get the Washington Commanders, look, holla at the guru. I know a whole lot of football. I played a lot of football, man. I studied football. If you don't believe me, check my handicapping ratio, win-loss record. I can tell you if we're going to cover the point spread.
Hey, guru for the next Commanders head coaching job.
Yeah, man. We're going to change the name, too, to the Washington Gurus.
That's better than the goddamn Washington Commanders. That's for damn sure. Good Lord. And they done named the team the Commanders, and Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos going to change that shit to Amazon.
Exactly.
Oh, shit balls. All right, so, Guru, I got a question for you. This is just a question I came up out of the blue wood, and I said, you know what, I'm going to write this question down because I want to know personally. People celebrate touchdowns all the time. You understand why they celebrate touchdowns. You work hard, you scored, whatever, boom, boom. But why do you celebrate a touchdown when you're down 30?
The same reason why people celebrate sacks when they're down 30, because they lost their goddamn mind. I'm not celebrating the damn thing if I'm losing by 30 points. I don't give a damn if I ran a 99-yard touchdown or 99-yard interception. I'm not celebrating. Get the ball to the ref, man. We down 30.
Exactly.
The hell I'm celebrating for. But you see it all the time, man. A man will come in the game and get a tackle on the kickoff team. They be down 49-0.
Yep.
And he'll jump up and jump in front of the camera like he just saved the Super Bowl. Got a Super Bowl winning tackle.
You know what be the worst? When you down 30 and you get an interception and everybody run to the end zone.
And celebrate. What the fuck is we celebrating for,
right.
Honestly?
Bruh, yeah, ain't no damn holiday. You celebrating that you got an interception.
Like we got a chance. And it'll be a fourth quarter interception with 2 minutes left in the game, down 30.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, it's the worst. I don't know whether that got to do with maturity or what.
Everybody just want to be on TV, man. I told you, man, this is a game. This is entertainment. It ain't even a game no more.
Yeah, it's
Shit might as well be WWE.
Oh man, I tell you one thing, they man, something got to give. Something got to give. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we got some games that we're gonna talk about from last week, and then we're gonna kind of break down a little bit of our best of the best up to this point in the season, and then of course you got the Guru's pick of the day. So we'll be back. BetMoorSports. Go.
It's your boy Stephen Trotman Bay, a.k.a. the Guru with BetMoorSports. You know I'm pushing parlays 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But if you have a problem gambling, call 888-532-4900. 3500. And always remember to drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the BetMoorSports Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's week 10 in the NFL. I want to say NBA, but it's not week 10 yet. So let's talk about the week. Thursday started out with the Eagles and the Texans. Eagles beat the Texans 29-17. Jalen Hurts finished 21 for 27 with 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the star outside of Hurts was Dallas Goedert. He had 8 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. And then the rookie showed up. Damian Pierce, 27 carries for 139 yards. Guru, give me your thoughts on this game.
Shout out Mike Hard Lemonade, man. I got the tea mixed with a little bamboo. Really quench your thirst and to get you where you're trying to get to when you're breaking down the games. Also, shout out to my man Ben Gerlach. Intricate designs for the hat and the Purple Tape, man. If you know anything about the Purple Tape classic album, Raekwon, Wu-Tang Forever. Jalen Hurts, Philly, Houston. What do you want me to talk about, Avery? They beat the Texans.
Oh, yeah, they did beat the Texans.
You know, in a Thursday night game, and you know how much I do not like Thursday night games.
That's why I asked you, because I know you don't like them Thursday nights.
I don't really care about Thursday night games, man, but the Philly, it looked pretty good. The Houston put up a fight, which I expected. You know, they put up a fight, try to stay inside the number. But what did you expect? Did you expect Houston to beat Philly?
The way the season been going, I don't expect nothing no more. So I can't expect nothing. Not at all. I don't know who's going to do what, when, where, and why. Straight up. All right, next up, we got the Chargers and the Falcons. Chargers beat the Falcons 20-17. Justin Herbert had a game, 30 for 43, 245 yards and a touchdown. Palmer, he had 8 receptions and 106 yards for L.A. What do you think about this game? Like, I guess it's probably the same damn response.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I didn't expect Atlanta to do a whole lot. I expect them to fight a little bit more, being that the Chargers was down both of their top 2 targets. Keenan Allen ain't play or Mike Williams ain't play. And they still got their ass whooped.
They got their ass whooped, yes, sir. The Chargers are still overrated. Like, I don't think that they are who they set out to be.
We'll find out when they play them Niners this week.
Yes, sir. Sunday night.
I think the whole AFC West, though, is overrated. Like, that shit is garbage, to be honest.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all.
The Raiders might be the worst team in the NFL.
The Raiders.
And the people, man, I had my man King sit right on this podcast when they signed Devontae Adams, and he kept saying, y'all keep leaving us out like we just made the biggest deal of the offseason. We signed Devontae Adams, and Devontae is getting his numbers. But them people is trash.
Flashback. They are trash. I don't know what Devontae thought was going to happen. I don't know whether he felt like leaving Aaron Rodgers was going to enhance his career. But he learned the hard way as he wanted.
Exactly. So. But I do know that Aaron Rodgers is not the wide receiver maker. Devontae Adams is still doing Devontae Adams things. He's just on the bad team.
I'm starting to see the value in the receivers, because, like, take Tyreek Hill. He left and had a career day. You know what I'm saying?
Career year.
I mean, I said day. Yeah. Career year for sure. And
but Kansas City don't look bad without him. They look just as good.
Right, exactly. So it was more like they just complimented each other.
Right.
Now he in a position where he to go to, Tua gonna throw him the ball 60% of the time probably. Or he don't really got to, because he still got Jalen Waddle. You know what I'm saying? And they got a plethora of running backs.
Man, the man Tyreek Hill got more receiving yards than like 6 teams in the NFL, right? It go him, then it go maybe 1, 2, 3 teams, then Jalen Waddle, than the rest of the team. Like Jalen Water got more receiving yards than 4 or 5 NFL teams himself.
Yeah, that's amazing that those guys is performing at that level. But one thing that I did notice is that it changes a bit when Tua not playing. So Tua is, from what I can see, the reason for the success. But
I don't know, because usually it go from Tua straight to the third string, because Tua get knocked out, then Teddy Bridgewater get knocked right out behind him. So we ain't really seen Teddy groove with the team but for a quarter or so.
Yeah, that's all in all.
Because I think if Teddy was, healthy and playing with the same, he'll be productive.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't be Tua, but he'll be productive. He's not. He is a serviceable quarterback in the NFL.
I'm just surprised Tua's still playing.
Yeah, man, I'm happy with Tua, man. I hope the line protect him, man. Keep the man upright, and he can do what he got to do. I
sure hope so, too. Speaking of which, the Dolphins beat the Bears 35-32. It was a really good game. Tua had 302 yards on 3 touchdowns. Justin Fields, he had 15 carries for 178 yards and a touchdown. He could throw, but he ain't doing the best at throwing, but he can definitely run. Same game, Tyreek Hill had 7 receptions for 143 yards and a touchdown. Do you feel any different about the Bears, Guru?
No. They still some shit.
You don't see them getting better? Like,
yeah.
I see them
I
improving.
see the potential in them, right? However, they still some shit. They ain't. We talking about the Bears. We talk about the Bears winning against the spread as if they won a game. Like,
yeah.
Okay, they lost by 3. It's still a loss.
There's still a loss.
Losing by 3 not going to get you in the playoffs.
They damn sure lost. But it was a good game, man. It was a good game to watch. They fought. They showed some resiliency.
Yeah. I like to see that they giving trying to get Justin Fields some help offensively, even though they dismantled the whole defense.
Killed the defense. That was the weirdest shit ever. Like, I don't understand the expectation. Like, does the expectation change? And are you making these moves because the expectation changed?
You done got rid of your 3 best defensive players.
Terrible. I guess that's right. You ain't had no damn defense. That's a damn show.
You help the offense and dismantle the defense. Like, all right, now we're going to give you some help, boy. Go out here and outscore everybody. We're going to give up 35 a game, so you got to score 40.
Oh, my gosh. That's not good for a young player. It's not good for a young player. The Bengals beat the Panthers 42-21, doubled up. But Joe Burrow, he only had 206 yards passing on 22 of 28 attempts. He had a touchdown. T. Higgins had 60 yards receiving on 7 attempts, but the man of the day was Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon been pretty quiet this year, but he had 22 carries, 153 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and a passing touchdown. So he had 5 touchdowns on the night. You think the Bengals is headed in the right direction now, even without Jamar Chase?
They still not gonna make the playoffs. They might make the playoffs because the AFC West is a lot worse than people expected. So people were expecting 3 teams out the AFC West, but then again, the Bengals might not make the playoffs because you might get 3 teams out the AFC East.
Right,
the Jets playing pretty good.
The Jets,
and they look like they here to stay. They look like they ain't faking.
Hey, Ralph Saleh said,
we know Miami gonna be there. We know Buffalo. I don't know about Josh Allen injury, but we'll see.
I feel like if Buffalo can't win without Josh Allen, that's a problem. They're not as good of a team as we thought they was.
I agree, but I don't agree. And where I don't agree is that Josh Allen is far and above the best player on Buffalo. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Buffalo go as Josh Allen goes. I get what you're saying. They should be able to plug in a backup and win a couple games.
Right. At least to not miss the playoffs.
Josh Allen is their best running back. He's their best quarterback. He's their best offensive player, and he might be their best blocker.
Damn.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
They asked the man to do a lot. So, when you ask a man to do as much as you ask Josh Allen to do, it's only a matter of time before the man get injured.
Yeah.
Like you design run plays for the man 4-5 times a game. He scrambled another 4-5 times on his own, and he's the quarterback. And he don't know how to slide.
Yeah, that's that. I think he think because he big, you know what I'm saying. But and they got the personnel for it. Like his protection is solid. You know what I'm saying. So he can stand up the pocket. But they are calling these design runs, and I get it. You do whatever you can to win. But man, I would say those runs for, late in the season, when games matter, because he's shown that he can sit in the pocket and do whatever he needed to do. All right, next up we got the Packers and the Lions. The Packers took a L. I think this is loss number 4 in a row.
No, it's more than that.
It's more than that?
I think it might be 5.
5 in a row for that bad man.
I seen a stat that said the Milwaukee Brewers won a game later than the Green Bay Packers.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means that baseball season been over. And the World Series just finished, and the Milwaukee Brewers were not in the World Series, and they are not the World Series champions. The Houston Astros are. Shout out Dusty Baker, man, getting that championship as a manager. But the people won a game later than the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers ain't won a game in over a month.
That is some...
With Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know why, but people continue to make excuses for Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's everybody's fault but his, but you the quarterback and you the 3-time or multiple-time MVP and your resume is this. And as Stephen A. say, he's a bad man. But I don't be... When I said that I think that Aaron Rodgers is overrated, people looked at me like I was crazy, right? And I know people probably going to look at me like I'm crazy again, but I don't think – I know he got the skill set, but it's not hard to have the skill set when you got Devontae Adams, when you got a hell of an offensive line,
Jordan Nelson,
when you got, Donald Driver, Jordan Nelson. You know what I mean? You got people that – Aaron Jones in the backfield. It's not – I mean, it ain't that hard.
I guess my biggest thing is, when you think about it, this is evidence that every quarterback really need substantial receivers. And not only that, but it's also evidence that a lot of these receivers that we say are made by the quarterback are actually just good enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To do what they need to do on the field. You take people like Wes Welker and Julian Edelman that was said was made by Tom Brady, but if you put Tom Brady in the same position Aaron Rodgers in right now, where they dropping passes, wide open passes, and he's hesitant on who he's trying to throw the ball to now.
That's kind of like me putting Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the same sentence. I'm not doing that. Tom Brady is far and above and beyond Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody say they both great, but one got 6 Super Bowls and one got 1, and one had the
7.
world.
7 Super Bowls to 1.
He got 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 7. No, he ain't got 7, dude.
He got the 7-1 with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he do got 7. Yep, he got 7. All right, so he got 7 to this man 1. The comparison is old. Yeah. I'm not going to never compare them two. Aaron Rodgers to me is good. He's a good quarterback. He is Dan Marino with 1 Super Bowl.
Okay. That makes sense. He Dan Marino with 1 Super Bowl. It's weird because the way he playing now, people are saying, maybe this is that point in his career where he's downshifting. You know what I'm saying? But, I guess he got to have the confidence in himself and what he's capable of to keep doing what he's doing. Because last week, I can tell you right now, he threw 3 interceptions, or 2 in the red zone and 1 on the 22-yard line.
Bad interceptions.
Horrible. One of them, the dude was all by himself. He just underthrew it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, both of them he underthrew.
And the people are missing Devontae Adams so much that they design the plays for the offensive tackle in the red zone. Like, Are you serious? You got Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that Stephen A. say he is, and you designing plays for the offensive tackle in the red zone, and then you know the offensive tackle can't catch for real, so he tried to float the ball, and they get picked off.
Stephen A., I want to see you go on your show and say he's a bad man again.
I want you to recant some of them statements, man, because he ain't as bad as y'all really thought he was. Because if he was a bad man, he'd be doing it with these people that he playing with.
Exactly. 100% right. They end up losing to the Lions. 15-9. Aaron Rodgers had 291 yards passing. Buddy had a touchdown.
Who they lose to again?
The Detroit Lions. the now 2-6 Detroit Lions.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. So this is what they got to tune into for their season. You got the Colts and the Patriots. Patriots beat the Colts 26-3. Matt Jones finished he was 20 for 30, 147 yards and a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, he had 15 carries for 60 yards, and then Hunter Henry, all from the Patriots, he had 4 receptions for 50 yards. What's going on with the Colts?
They just hired Jeff Saturday, so that tell you what's going on with them. People is in turmoil.
Oh my gosh, man! Ursay might have to get that franchise.
Do you think Jeff Saturday gonna go back to Matt Ryan?
Do you think he should?
Immediately, he's going back immediately. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts, and maybes.
Straight up.
They brought the man in there to be the quarterback, and this Sam Ellinger ain't done nothing.
Nothing.
They're going. Hey Matt, look, boy, you were playing when I was playing. I know you still got a little left in the tank. Get out there and win me a game.
Got to be something like you would think that Jeff Saturday can bring something to the offensive line, because I know blocking is an issue for them. Maybe he could bring some info. He was a consultant, so I guess his shit won't really work.
Right.
But maybe I guess if he's hands on and on the front line of it, it could make a difference. I don't know. I don't think it will, but who knows? Can you imagine what happens if Jeff Saturday take over and then they
went out?
Oh my God, they'll gas that shit so far in the air, boy. God, Jeff Saturday get a 20-year deal right away.
Jeff Saturday don't even look like a coach, though.
He don't. And he don't sound like a coach neither. Can you imagine him telling you what to do?
Did you see that they keep showing that replay when him and Peyton Manning got in an argument on the sideline when Peyton Manning was mic'd up?
No, I ain't see that.
Oh, man, they've been running that on repeat over and over again. But I've been seeing it when Jeff Saturday kept changing the plays at the line of scrimmage to a run play.
He was changing.
And Peyton was mic'd up. He said, "Goddamn, Jeff, stop changing the fucking plays. Run, goddamn, call the plays. Jeff, just goddamn call." Jeff said, "We need to run the ball." He said, "We're going to run the fucking ball, Jeff. We goddamn call the plays. Goddamn, and block somebody. Y'all ain't up here blocking. Y'all goddamn want to keep running the ball. You need to block some damn batter when the play called."
That is funny as hell, boy.
And Peyton was mic'd up, and we're gonna show you the clip in case you ain't seen it.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, that's golden. That's gold to watch. That's gold to have in the archive.
Exactly, because Peyton don't usually snap like that.
Right, exactly. Like, that's an NFT that you should probably look into buying, because that's a highlight that is probably one of a kind. When they going to have Peyton Manning in that mode again? Never. All right, next up, you got the Bills and the Jets. The Jets.
Jets, Jets.
Yes, sir, the Jets. Put one on them. Put one on the Bills, man. The Bills lost 20-17. Josh Allen only threw for 205 yards. No touchdowns. 2 interceptions against the Jets. He rushed for 9 carries at 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Stephon Diggs, he gave me my fantasy points with 5 receptions on 93 yards. So that's close to 20. I'm okay with that. Buffalo, you think they still who they are based on what's going on with them now?
Personally, man, listen. I had Baltimore coming out the AFC the whole time. I never felt like Buffalo was. I told you Buffalo would do Buffalo things when it's time to get busy. I never thought Buffalo was the best team in the AFC. Never. I probably had 3 or 4 teams I had better than Buffalo, to be honest, which is probably reaching. Buffalo is not a bad team. I just never thought they was the best team
Right.
in the AFC. You know what I mean? I felt like they beat Kansas City in the regular season, but I felt like Kansas City is a better team
Right. Well, I know they had
in the playoffs.
They had Buffalo the number 1. Like, and
Yeah, all the analysts, but a lot of these people, to be honest, man, they watched a lot of football. They studied a lot of football, and I don't mean no disrespect to none of them, but a lot of them don't know shit. They just be up there talking, man. Like you watch it every Sunday, they just be up there talking. A lot of them don't know shit, to be honest. A lot of people had Green Bay in the Super Bowl. Like a lot of these people don't know shit.
yeah, I had Green Bay winning their division, and right now Green Bay ain't.
Nah, I had them win the division just because the division is sorry, but Minnesota's representing right now. Minnesota may still fall off. We don't know. But the Jets drafted good.
Yeah.
And them young players are playing well. You just think about all their rookies that they had before Breece Hall went down. Like, all their rookies are playing
Yeah.
top-notch NFL level football. Sauce Gardner might be the best corner in football right now.
Yeah.
And he's a rookie. But you expected that from Sauce coming into the NFL, being that he didn't allow a touchdown pass his whole college career.
But watch the haters. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they got that defensive coach from San Francisco.
Oh, the head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a difference.
He did.
He made a difference. And I was kind of questioning the game plan because I kind of thought that they would have Sauce follow your man that you got on your fantasy team.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. I thought they would have him follow Stephon Diggs the whole game. But it made sense to put him on Gabriel Davis and just eliminate him
Right.
out the game plan and bracket coverage towards Stephon Diggs, or let Stephon Diggs do what he do, but don't let nobody else beat you.
Right. And they damn sure left Gabriel ass at the food store.
Yeah, he could have stayed home.
Straight up. He might well stay where he came from. But, I feel like the Jets is, at this point, they are showing signs of being the real deal.
Yeah, they legit.
It's specific to their defense. Their defense is legit. Not saying that Zach Wilson is a bum. He's not necessarily a bum. He got a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? But when you really think about it, it's more so based on their defense. Their defense is substantial enough that it keep them in games to where they can win it in the end.
Right.
And I think that's something that's big right now. When you're a team that can grind, it's easier to be successful. All right, the Vikings and the Commanders. The Vikings beat the Commanders 20-17. Kirk Cousins finished with 265 yards with 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook had 47 yards on 17 carries, and Justin Jefferson had 115 yards and a touchdown on 7 receptions. This will bring Minnesota to 7-1, which that makes them the second best record in the league. Commanders, they fall. They was doing well. They probably should have won that game. But Guru, Minnesota, what do you think is working for them?
The schedule.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Schedule working for them, and then people had smooth sailing the whole first half of the season. And they're going to run into some real shit right now, so we'll see a whole lot about Minnesota with Buffalo. They got Buffalo, then I think they got Dallas, and they got a lot of people that's up to the challenge. Or we'll see. And they catch Buffalo where they might not have Josh Allen, so they might go to 8-1.
We'll see.
But, all of that is a part of football. Injuries is a part of football. You got to play who is on your schedule. You don't make the schedule. So Minnesota's playing good football.
Right.
You know what I mean? Except for that Monday night bashing that the Eagles gave them. They playing solid football, man. And I like Minnesota. I like Justin Jefferson. I like Dalvin Cook, Florida State guy. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? Don't get too high. Don't get too low on him. But we'll see. I don't think Minnesota gonna be there when it's time to when the dust settle.
Right. When it's time to do anything.
Yeah, when you talking about an NFC Championship, Super Bowl, no, I don't see Minnesota being around.
Yeah, I don't think that's in Minnesota to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They're relying on Kirk Cousins. I mean, when you say that out loud, what does it sound like to you? All right, let's take another break. Coming up, we got some more NFL, and then we got the Guru Pick of the Day. BetMoorSports will be back. The BetMoorSports Podcast is brought to you in parts by MXD Drinks. Drink a margarita or Long Island iced tea, whatever it is, drink responsibly. Welcome back to the BetMoorSports Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we back at it again. More NFL, Week 10. We've been going over games, and so let's go over some more games, if that makes sense to your people. The Raiders and the Jags. Jags beat the Raiders 27-20. Derek Carr threw for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. However, the secret weapon of the Jags, Travis Etienne, he had 28 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams showed up. He had 10 receptions, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns in a losing effort. This will bring the Raiders down to 2-6. Jaguars at 3-6. Guru, what's your thoughts on this game? It's SSDD. Same shit, different day.
The Raiders, man. Worst team in the NFL. I think the Raiders are tanking to get boy from Alabama.
Okay.
Bryce Young.
That makes sense. Where King at, man? Like King should come back to the podcast.
King was actually supposed to come through tonight, man, and he disappeared on me, and rightfully so. Because
right, exactly.
I had something for him if he would have showed up.
I could only imagine what he thinking in his head right now.
He lost to the Jaguars.
To the Jaguars.
And it was up 17 donut.
Well, that says a lot about the Raiders.
They done blew 2 games when they was up by 17 or more.
I think it was 3.
I mean, yeah, 3. Yeah, it was 3.
They almost like Baltimore, but Baltimore win more.
No, Baltimore got a winning record, and Baltimore's going to the playoffs and will win their division.
Yeah. They just give up leads.
The Vegas Raiders will not do either one of the two. Make the playoffs nor win their division.
Oh, man, that is, I don't even want to say it's lovely, but it is what it is. Next, I got the Seahawks and the Cardinals, NFC West game. The Seahawks won 31-21, putting them at 6-3 on the season. 6-3, the Seahawks. Everybody picked the Seahawks to finish last in the NFC West, and right now they are first by a mile. Geno Smith showed up, of course, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. That boy Walker is crazy. He had 26 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Noah Fant had 5 receptions for 96 yards. Talk to me about the Seahawks. What is it that we didn't see beforehand?
You know, I had Kenneth Walker in both fantasy leagues, and I cut him in both.
Oh.
And the week that I cut him, you know, I like to do things where I make roster moves because I feel like nobody else got their eyes on these guys. So I, cut these guys and come back and get them the next week. But the starting running back gets hurt the week I cut him, and then my waiver wire don't allow me to get him. So I'm doing away with that waiver wire in the BetMoorSports Fantasy League next year. I would have done away with it mid-season, but I felt like I couldn't do it. I tried to do it in preseason, but I felt like if I did it in the mid-season, that it would have been cheating.
Right.
So I left it as is. But next year, there will not be a waiver wire. If your ass ain't up on what's going on, first come, first serve. That's how it's supposed to be. Seattle's a good football team. They well coached.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep saying this, man. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Geno Smith is not as bad as everybody act like he is. Like,
Listen,
Geno is not – he's more than serviceable. He's a good quarterback.
He is. I just know nobody expected Geno to do what he did. Did you expect Geno to have the season he's having?
I expected Geno to play well. No, I did not have them leading the division, and I did not have him having the best passer rating in the NFL and none of the
Right.
shit that Geno is doing. But Geno's never really been on a good team. He's never
still
had
not on a good team.
Well, he has two good receivers.
Uh-huh.
He has a good running back. He has a good offensive line, and he has a good head coach.
Yeah, most of what's happening is because of him.
Well, Kenneth Walker is still running for 100 yards a game with him. He still got one of the fastest and shiftiest receivers in the league, and he still got one of the biggest receivers in the league, and he got good tight ends.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think what's standing out for me is his decision making. You know what I'm saying? He pulled the ball down when he need to.
Now that he is making excellent decisions with the football. Like, I would give Geno credit. That ain't always been his game.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You expect Geno to throw a pick here or there, but he is making excellent decisions with the football.
I think you ask yourself, how long do you expect a quarterback that should be a starter to sit behind somebody and not learn everything? Like, I feel like he should have learned everything to a point that this year's not going to be considered a fluke for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still tripping off the fact that the people try to trade Russell Wilson back for Geno.
Shit, that is, bro, that'll be real bad. Do you realize what they could have got if they would have just got Geno? They could have gave up nothing.
Nothing.
Instead, they signed Russell Wilson to $245 million.
And traded away the farm.
Well, all I know is we beat them. Hopefully we could beat them again, even though it ain't going to make a difference, because you was right, 100% right when you said I did some research on it, and you were saying that the division winner is based on overall record, and then the tiebreaker is the division record.
Right.
So taught me something new. Next up, we got the Rams and the Bucks. The Bucks pulled one out their ass. The Bucks beat the Rams 16-13. Tom Brady threw for 290 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, Cooper Kupp. He had 8 receptions, 127 yards and a touchdown. I was watching this game at one point, and then when Tom Brady had threw the ball on 4th down, and it was it, and the Rams got the ball back, I was out. This game over, so I just moved on. And then I checked my fantasy, and Tom Brady had scored a touchdown. I was like, what the hell just happened? Guru, you think Tom Brady and them can get it together? Like, right now, Tom Brady's being looked at the way we're looking at Aaron Rodgers.
No, not quite, but kind of. Tom Brady's still atop of his division. Aaron Rodgers is damn near dead last, and he is.
Okay. I get that. I'm looking at it as far as, I think it's expectations. You know what I'm saying? You expected them to be and play better, and they're not.
I think Tom Brady expects just to be there.
Right.
And you feel like if I can get in, because Tom Brady lost to the Giants twice, right? When he had the far more superior team, right? So he feel like if I just get there, anything can happen in the playoffs, right? And then if he just get there, he's gonna get there as the division winner, so he's gonna have home field advantage in the first round,
right?
You know what I mean? And you know, once you get past the first round, anything can happen after that.
So he get there with a division. I guess when you really think about it, that's all he really need to do is get
right. Because if you look at the NFC at the top, I don't think he's scared of Philly.
Right.
Right. I don't think he's scared of Seattle.
Right.
You know, I don't think he's scared of Minnesota. Those are the division leaders outside of Tampa Bay right now that he will possibly have to see. Even Dallas and the Giants. He already beat Dallas. You know what I mean? So it's the teams that he's looking at that might possibly be in the playoffs, he don't give a damn about. He just want to get there.
Right. I can dig that. You know, sometimes it's good to be that good that you say, look, just get us there. Right. I'll take us the rest of the way.
Yeah, you can get there 10-6. I mean, 11-6 or
10-9-8.
Shit, 9-8 might win the South this year. I think everybody in the South got at least 5 losses right now.
Right, and when you think about it, they 4-5. So, you know, I mean,
exactly. And Atlanta getting smoked right now, so they're gonna be in sole possession in first place. All they gotta do is just win.
All they gotta do is just win. All right, Patrick Mahomes went crazy again. Patrick Mahomes went crazy. They beat the Titans 20-17. Even though that score was so close, Patrick Mahomes still went crazy. He was 43 for 68. He threw the ball 68 times. 68 times for 446 yards and a touchdown. Travis Kelce even then still had 10 receptions, 406 yards. Guru, what is it about Kansas City that's making them so good?
Actually, I believe that the game that they won kind of showed me that they're really not that good, to be honest. And I'm saying for as far as playoffs and going to the championship and actually winning the championship, that's not a recipe for championship football, throwing the ball 6 to 8 times.
Right.
And you only completed 43 passes. So, you know what I mean? So that means that you threw a lot of incomplete balls out there. And Kansas City looks good, but I think that they kind of don't really have an identity. You know, They added Kadarius Toney, and it kind of took away Valdez Scantling. The hell this happened? The man, Marcus Mariota got to have the over in this game. Ain't no way in the hell he just did that. But
he was down. He had to be down.
Listen, man, it's no way in the hell he just did what I just saw him do. Like, what? I don't know.
It's crazy. That's amazing.
Y'all watching the podcast and y'all watching the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's no way in the hell Marcus Mariota need to be starting another game after this. Oh, yeah, he down. Thank the Lord. But why would you even try that?
Why? Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it. That was the weirdest shit.
I ain't never seen a play like that on no level of football.
Oh, my gosh.
But,
like, why even?
The man is he must have been on his Mike Hard Lemonade or this MXD Long Island Iced Tea or Margarita mix, because that shit was ridiculous. But like I say, man, I don't think that throwing the ball that many times is a recipe for winning a championship. I think adding Kadarius Toney was a good look, but it made the wide receiver group too crowded.
Right.
Because you got Valdez Scantling, who has been playing. He didn't do nothing. So you got Mecole Hardman. You got Juju Smith-Schuster. And, of course, you got Travis Kelce. Right? Those are the 3 definites in the offense.
Right.
You know, even the backfield is too crowded because nobody can get in the rhythm. You got 3 running backs that you rotate, and it depends on, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. It's too many moving parts.
Too many options.
Right. To get a rhythm and be successful in a playoff game.
Right. Playoff games, you don't have to have that go-to.
Right. You gotta get a rhythm.
Right.
You can't keep interchanging all these parts when the games matter in January. You know, so
that's what I think gonna end up happening though. They're gonna have to, because they don't have a solidified star outside of Travis Kelce. Like, Travis Kelce is gonna be the go-to, but if you take him away, then you got all these options
Juju been playing pretty good. Like, he's been doing what he's supposed to do outside of Travis Kelce.
Right. He just started doing that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where Juju is now showing up.
Right.
He was absent at first, and now he's showing up because they put him in like a flanker like spot where he's kind of like a receiver / tight end. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's been Juju pretty much his whole career. He's really not an outside receiver. He's a slot guy. And I think that's what Pittsburgh kind of lost him at. They tried to make him a number one when that ain't really his role.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, I guess you can't force somebody to do something that they're not really
that ain't his role.
to do. All right. Last game of the week came on Monday night. The Saints and the Ravens. The Ravens 6-3 beat the Saints 27-13. Andy Dalton was the better quarterback in this particular game. It's weird because don't look like Lamar did much of nothing in this game, but get the victory.
Lamar ran for damn near 100 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
But right now, King Drake had 24 carries, 93, and 2 touchdowns.
Lamar ran for about 88. Because his over on the rushing yards was 69, and he went well over that.
Okay, good. At least he did something. He won't throwing the ball. From what you see now, he did what Justin Fields been doing all season. Not really, getting a bunch of passing yards, but running the ball substantially. I don't want to put them in the same sentence.
Sounded like that's what you just did, man. And that's I kind of paused and got quiet because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, did this man just mention Justin Fields and Lamar MVP Jackson in the same sentence? Like, I sound like that's what you did.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't do it with ill intent. Let's be clear. There was no ill intent involved, so don't cancel me, please. Jesus. All right, Guru. So tell me, right now, who is your best team in the NFL?
The best team in the NFL. I'm gonna say Baltimore is my best team in the NFL.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles because they still unblemished.
I mean, I'm not looking at the records.
Right.
You know, when you asked me who my best team was, I kind of threw the records aside and I say, if I got these two teams matched up, who would I think would win? And I think Baltimore would beat Philly.
Really?
Yeah. They just got Roquan Smith, and he adds a dimension to that defense that man can cover anybody, tight end, running back. He can spy on any quarterback, and he's a tackling machine.
Yeah.
And you got Lamar Jackson, who you can't spy on or tackle, for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's it's definitely debatable, but I understand. You know what I'm saying?
It's debatable. All of it's debatable. But I got Philly being the best team in the NFC.
Okay. All right.
I can see Baltimore and Philly in the Super Bowl.
That'll be really interesting.
I would love to see it.
Yeah. I prefer it be like Baltimore and San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah. Y'all ain't gonna make it. We'll make it for y'all, make it.
You think so?
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna make it. No, y'all ain't gonna. And we ain't gonna make it because we don't have the receiving core to do it. Like, but I do think Kenny Galladay gonna come back and kind of play a little bit better than what he's been doing. Now that they got rid of Kadarius Toney, you know that you ain't but 2 drop passes away from being up out of here.
All right. Let's talk about your top 5. Top 5, Guru. Your top 5 teams. We're gonna simplify it. Top 5 teams in the NFC.
Top 5 in the NFC. We got Philly, Dallas, Minnesota, of course, the Giants, and I don't even want to say Seattle, but I got to say Seattle.
I understand. That's solid. That's definitely solid. And I don't think I disagree with anything except Seattle. I put San Francisco there, and that's only because we beat Seattle.
Right, but then the reason why I didn't put y'all there because Seattle beat us. And then we'll have to leapfrog 2 teams. But I believe that San Francisco is actually, personnel-wise, a better team than the Giants, to be honest. I don't feel like y'all could beat us, but I feel like y'all a better team than the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we'll beat y'all. I think it's gonna be it will be a grinder because that's
y'all
what
can't
we
beat
do.
us and grind us because we done grind y'all ass to sleep
You
in the
got to
playoffs.
keep in mind that y'all not gonna be able to run on us.
Well, you gotta keep in mind that we couldn't run on y'all when we played y'all in the playoffs and we beat your ass.
30 years ago.
No, hell no. Man, we just won the Super Bowl in 2011.
Okay, that was double-digit years ago.
We went to y'all ass.
Oh man, I hate the Giants fans. Man. oh, just that one game does it for me. All right, my top 5. Well, I said it pretty much everybody except for the Seahawks. I would replace them with San Francisco.
Gotcha.
All right, and last but not least, most underrated team or most overrated team right now, overall.
The most overrated team overall, Buffalo.
Buffalo. That's not a bad choice. I would have to say Tampa Bay.
Well, I mean, Tampa Bay kind of throughout the year has shown that they just Tampa Bay. But, you know, the expectations around Buffalo was Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
So if the expectations is Super Bowl or bust, and I don't feel like they're going to win the Super Bowl, then they're bust. So if they the bust, then they the most overrated team.
So you don't think that it was Super Bowl or bust for the Bucks?
Nah. Hell
Like,
no.
they came after a year that they was one game short of the NFC Championship.
Right.
Which, even that one game short, it really went to the wire. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where they lost a game that they could have won, and then could have ended up back in the Super Bowl if they met us and beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't have the expectation of them to digress the way they are digressing.
But if we look at all of the analysts over all the major sporting networks, all of the major sporting magazines, et cetera, it's far more people who had Buffalo winning it all than they had Tampa Bay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100% right.
It's far more people. If they didn't have Buffalo winning it all, they had Buffalo losing in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's nobody who had any team in the AFC representing the AFC in the Super Bowl but Buffalo. You know, and
they still
Buffalo
on them.
ain't been to the damn Super Bowl for y'all to just be, you know what I mean? Like, y'all just dismantled or discredited Kansas City and all these other teams, and y'all just threw Buffalo in there like
they bossing up.
Yeah.
I get it, man. Buffalo was a pretty substantial team that didn't take any offseason hits like that.
And they made a lot of offseason additions.
Right, exactly, including Von Miller. So I can see why the thought process is there. And then you got the contender in their division who lost one of their key assets. So you feel like that the Chiefs should digress and they should get better, but it's not. It's just the same old, same old.
I don't think Buffalo is a better team than Miami, personally.
Yeah, that's definitely debatable.
On neither side of the ball.
It's so much that Miami got. Like, Miami is crazy right now.
And they just got Jeff Wilson Jr., which makes them even crazier. Like, they got the fastest team in the NFL I ever seen. They got the most explosive team in the NFL I ever seen. Like, the greatest show on turf was dynamic. It was awesome. It was the great. I'm talking about. But Isaac Bruce was no Tyreek Hill.
Right.
Torrey Holt was no Tyreek Hill. Neither one was Jalen Waddle, to be honest. I'm talking about from a speed perspective.
Right.
You know what I mean? Marshall Faulk was by far above and beyond anything Miami has in the backfield. But when we talk about speed, Marcus Falk still ain't as fast as the Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. Like, they got a 4x1 track team. Now they got 4 of them.
All these products in San Francisco coming out.
Yeah, they got both of y'all running backs. But they got, I think the coach was the coach in San Francisco.
Yep.
So
think about
that's
it.
why he went and got Jeff Wilson Jr. because he know the offense.
Yep. And
he looked great in his first game out there.
2 of the head coaches with winning records who are playoff prone came directly from San Francisco. This is why our seasons are fluctuating the way they are, because our coaches do so well that they leave us. And we got to find somebody to replace them and then start over.
Me a river.
Coming up, we got the Guru's Pick of the Day. BetMoorSports.
Don't want to miss it.
And now it's time for the Guru's Pick of the Day.
The Guru's Pick of the Day is the USC Trojans over the 1-8 bum-ass Colorado Buffaloes. Take everything you can beg, bar, and steal and bet it on USC over Colorado. USC is playing at home. They're looking to kind of play for the Pac-12 championship. So Buffaloes of Colorado are just another hurdle in their way that they will conquer. USC has covered the last 3 out of 4 up against Colorado, and tomorrow night, Friday night on 11/11 will be no different. Take everything you can beg, buy, and steal and bet it on Colorado. I mean, USC. I'm drinking. Don't pay me no attention. Don't bet on Colorado. Bet on USC minus 34 at home in Pasadena in the Rose Bowl over Colorado. Book it.
Book it. And there you have it. The Guru's Pick of the Day. If one thing Guru going to do, he's going to put some money in your pocket. You just need to utilize it. That's all I can say. Shout out to me, man. I'm actually, we're doing No Shave in November, so I'm going to be rough up here a couple of times.
And next time you see him, he's going to take a YOLO because he's celebrating his birthday still. And still, he's celebrating his birthday.
Got to celebrate the way you're supposed to. You bring it in right. But with that said, that's the show, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Check us out on BetMoorSports.com and all the social media platforms. Like, subscribe, comment on YouTube. Comment on this. Any questions that you have, any topics you want us to talk about, whatever. It don't matter what it is. Just show us some love. We show you love back for sure.
Show us some love. We'll show you some love back. And we're going to start having some giveaways on this Mike Hard stuff, man. We got so much of it, man. We're going to start having little trivias and different little things. So we're going to give away some of this Mike Hard stuff, man, so y'all can get your Mike Hard on. We got hats, we got drinks, we got so much stuff to give away. Also, I want to shout out Jock Vaughn, man, being named head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, man. Brooklyn has been playing a whole lot better since he has been named head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. So I want to shout out another brother, man, getting the opportunity, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Oh, yeah. Congrats to Jock Vaughn on getting that role. They actually picked him over Ime Udoka. So,
I think it probably was some complications in that move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you trying to bring more drama to the franchise.
Right. Boston ain't want to give him up, and then somebody in Brooklyn executive was like, man, hold on, man might try to hit my wife. No, we don't need him out there.
You might try to hit my wife. My man out here hitting them. Hide your wives, players. All right, yo, that's it. We are out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. BetMoorSports, we out of here. Peace.
Till next time.